All right, so in today's video, I'm gonna talk about how to make $10,000 a month for people that work in the freelance space, whether you're a video director, photographer, you do website design, you do animation, any type of work that you do. This is gonna help you guys get to that 10,000 a month milestone. I remember for me and my business, everybody was talking about making six figures and being excited about making six figures, which you have to make it an entire year of having good business to make 100,000 in a year. And that's only around 8,000 a month, but a more short-term goal that is gonna, make people more excited is making it to that 5-figure in a month club. So once you make it to 10,000 one month, it is really exciting the first time that you can hit that milestone. And I remember for me and my business, I was really super excited the first month that I made $10,000 in 1 month, even though at the time I felt like I was killing myself. I was only charging $300 a video shoot the first month that I made $10,000  1 month, but just that 1 month I had shot over 30 videos because I was working for so cheap. I was doing $300 videos. I was working for ridiculously cheap. I almost had like 10 anxiety attacks that month because I had so much work to get done in a short amount of time, but I got through it. I made 10,000 for the first time, and now I've figured out how to do that a lot easier and a lot less work. So in this video, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about 4 mistakes that people make that are preventing them from hitting that 10,000 a month mark. And also I'm gonna talk about 4 key tips that people can use to help them hit $10,000 a month without having to work so hard. Mistake number 1 is not wanting to work for free in the beginning. Now, I have been a video director for 7 years, and I have met hundreds of other videographers, and I'm friends with a lot of people that like doing videography. So I've seen firsthand a lot of videographers never make it to a point where they can do video work full time, or they can never make 6 figures with their video work. And the main thing that I saw in the beginning were other directors were totally not okay with working for free or not doing any kind of free work. They were just up on a pedestal. They're like, oh, you know what? I'm too good for free work. I'm not doing nothing for free. But the main thing with getting new clients is you need to be able to showcase them your work and a portfolio. And you cannot build a portfolio if you're not willing to work for free, or you can build a portfolio not working for free. It's gonna just be a lot more difficult. So definitely going out there and putting in the free work to build up a portfolio to start getting some clients is huge to get the money coming in eventually. And don't even think of it as working for free. You're actually consider that free work paid, but it's gonna pay off later in your career, or pay off later in that year, or later in time. So don't think of it necessarily as free. Think of it as more like an investment in your career and in yourself. Now, the second mistake that I see people make a lot of the time is raising prices too fast. Now, this is a mistake that I made in my career early on. Is I was charging like $400 for video work, and then I went out and I bought a red camera. And I bought this red camera, and I was like, oh wow, I got this movie camera on red. I'm gonna just go ahead and just double prices. And when I double prices, my clientele died off super fast. I didn't have no more clients because I had double prices for everybody across the board. And the aftermath of what happened from that was I got my car, was out for repossession. I got evicted from my downtown condo that I was living inside of because I couldn't make no money, because I basically was like, oh, I went from shooting on a cheap camera to shooting on an expensive camera. I'll just go ahead and raise prices. But the one thing I learned is that just because you get better equipment doesn't mean that your clients want to pay more money. So raising prices was a big downfall for me too quickly. And when I talk to people now, I recommend raise prices every 6 to 12 months. If you're gonna raise prices, I would prefer to stick around the 12-month period. I don't think that there's really a rush for raising prices. You can take your time. The third thing that causes people to fail is just relying on word of mouth, just relying on people to go out there and promote you and, to just, talk about you, to get you new business. I'm gonna talk about this more later in the video. Another mistake that I see people making is trying to force people to pay them more money. Now, one of my friends is a really good marketer. He's made like $25 million doing marketing from Facebook. And he always tells this story about he was doing sales for DirecTV, and he was at a convention and he needed to like break some kind of record for the most sales in one day. So what he did to break this record for most sales in one day was that instead of trying to stop people and convince them to buy DirecTV, he would stop people and he'd be like, "Are you interested in getting DirecTV?" And if they said no, he would just be like, "Okay, move out the way, get out of here, move out the way, get the F out of here, move out of here," because he didn't care about people that weren't interested. He just asked as many people as possible. And so when he stumbled across somebody that was interested in signing up for DirecTV, then he just signed them up. He didn't even have to give them a sales pitch because they already wanted to get DirecTV. So in business, if you're trying to convince somebody that doesn't want to pay you for your services to work with you, then it's just a waste of effort and energy. It's a lot easier to just find the people that want to pay you the price that you want to get paid for your services, so you're not wasting time. And I see a lot of people trying to, work with rappers that they know or work with friends that they know and try to get them to pay the price that they want to get paid. And it's a lot of wasted energy trying to convince these people to pay people, especially for me. I don't even like asking people for money. I'm the worst salesperson in America. I have people to this day inbox me and they're like, "Oh, why should we hire you?" I'm like, I don't care if you hire me or not. I don't care if you pay me or not. I really don't care. I'm not here to convince you to pay me or not to pay me. I literally don't try to convince anybody to hire me. Half of the time, I'm convincing people not to hire me. I'm like, people are like, "Oh, we want to pay you for this." I'm like, well, I don't think I'm the person for the job, or I don't think that you really need to hire me to shoot like this basic video for you. So half of the time, I'm talking people out of hiring me. Well, in the freelance space, if you want to figure out how much it's going to cost you to make $10,000 a month, then pretty much you need to come to a number that's going to represent how many days a week that you want to work. So for me personally, I like to work around 2 days out the week. So if I was going to work just 2 days out the week, I would take $10,000 a month and then divide that by 2 days a week, which is about 8 to 9 days a month. So that would put me around $1,100 or $1,200 a day for work. But currently I charge $1,500 a day for my services. So that puts me at about $3,000 a week while working 2 days out of the week. So for you guys just have to figure out how much money you actually want to make a month and then divide that by how many days a month you want to work, and that's going to give you how much money that you should be charging. So let's say that you want to make $10,000 a month and you only want to work 10 days out of the month. That means you're going to have to charge $1,000 a day for your services. Now, a lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm nowhere close to being at the point where I can charge $1,000 for my services." And I'm here to tell you guys that you guys probably can charge $1,000 for your services. A lot of people think that they have to be like amazing. They have to be spectacular. They have to be killing the competition. And I'm telling you right now, you don't have to focus on really beating the competition. You don't even have to focus on being the best in your area. I think the average person can make $1,000 a day in their freelance field. The key thing is not trying to, beat everybody else and stand out by just being the best. The main thing is marketing. There are loads of people out there that are willing to pay you top dollar, or pay you a good amount of money, but you're just not connected with them. So one of my key principles with business is you don't have to be the best person in business. You just have to be the best person that somebody knows and can afford. And when I first got into business, I saw a lot of people shooting what I thought were cheap videos, and they were charging like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a video shoot to shoot these cheap videos on cheap cameras. And then, I was completely baffled by it. But the thing is, they had clients that are willing to pay that amount of money. And if you do not have clients that are willing to pay the amount of money that's going to help you make $10,000 a month, you need to be running ads on social media. I'm a huge advocate on running ads on social media. So once you have a good portfolio, attracting good clients is honestly not that hard. The main thing is just being willing to dedicate yourself to promote consistently on social media and get new clients in the door. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start talking about how you can start scaling your business to get to that $10,000 a month mark. And the first thing that you gotta do is you gotta start eliminating those cheap clients. So the best way to eliminate cheap clients is by running marketing campaigns on social media for your business. So let's say that you're charging $500 a day for your services, and you want to get up to charging $800 a day for your services. Now, what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to gradually replace all of your $500 clients with $800 clients. So what I would recommend doing is setting up an ad on Instagram or on Facebook in your city. You can do it within a 25-mile radius of your house, and you're gonna take your portfolio or your reel, if you're a director, and you are going to run advertisement in your area promoting your services for $800, because new clients have no idea what your old clients are paying. So when those new clients come in, you can charge them $800, you can charge them $1,000, you can charge them whatever. And when they come in, they'll be paying that new price, and you can gradually replace your old clients with new clients that are paying more money. So when people ask me how much money to spend on marketing, I just tell people, spend more money on marketing than you spend on food. And I can pretty much assume the average person is spending $300 to $600 a month on food. So you could spend at least $300 to $600 a month on marketing. If you spend $10 a day on food, spend $11 a day on an ad campaign on Instagram for your business. At the bare minimum, this is an easy principle that I think everybody can follow. Like I said, you don't have to be the best. You don't have to do amazing work to get, higher paying clients. A lot of times, higher paying clients can be really undemanding. One thing I learned early in business is that cheap clients complain so much, they expect everything, and some of your worst, most taxing jobs, physically demanding and most time-consuming jobs are gonna come from your cheapest clients. And normally when you work with more high-paying clients, they really don't even want that much half of the time. Hopefully that helps somebody do something with their life. I don't even know who's watching these videos, but basically, if I could have seen this video back when I got started, it would have saved me a whole bunch of time with not knowing anything about marketing and trying to get my cheap clients to pay more money. And honestly, I don't even like cheap clients. Please get rid of all your cheap clients. I hate working with cheap people.